So again, elimination, and these are just going to be two special type of examples. I think our last one we had example 4, so this is going to be, let me just write it so it's not see-through. This is going to be example 5. And for this one, let's say we have the situation negative 3x plus 5y is equal to 6. And we have 6x minus 10y is equal to a negative 12. So in this situation, we want to either eliminate our x's or eliminate our y's. It does not matter which one. We want to have the same number either in front of our x's or in front of our y's. So I'm thinking that I'm going to multiply the top equation by 2. And when I multiply the top equation by 2, I'm going to have a negative 6x plus 10y equals 12. I'm multiplying every single thing by 2. So again, negative 6x plus 10y equal 12. Now, my second equation, I'm not doing anything to that one, so I'm just going to rewrite that. 6x minus 10y is equal to a negative 12. And what you'll notice is going to happen is now it looks like my x's will eliminate. Okay, that was what I was trying to aim for. So I'm going to add these two equations together. And when I do, these x's are going to cancel out. But my y's also canceled out. So I'm going to end up with 0 on that side. Now on the other side, these also canceled out. So I got 0 equals 0. If you end up with a situation where both your x and your y cancel out, you're going to have one of two cases. Either parallel lines or coinciding lines where it's the same line. In this case, when you have 0 equals 0, which is a true statement, what this means is the lines are the same. These are the same lines. So that means coinciding lines. So if I was to graph the one that I wrote in teal, and then I was to graph the one that I wrote in pink, both of them would be on top of each other. Now, many times people want to say all real numbers is your answer, but these are not numbers, these are points. Sometimes you might want to say all points are your solution. But if I was graphing this, it's not all points on an XY plane, it's only points on this line. So the way I want you guys to write your answer is like this. So for your answer, when you have this situation, you're going to give me all points x comma y. You're going to write it like that. Such that, that's what that means. And then you're going to give me either equation because they're the same equation. So let's say I write the second equation just because it doesn't start with a negative. It doesn't matter which equation. If one of them was y equal, I would probably choose that equation just because it's nicer. But it doesn't matter which equation. And so what does this mean? Okay, that's going to be your answer, but what does this mean? It means all points on the line 6x minus 10y equal negative 12. It also means all points, or maybe I should say this, all x and y that satisfy 6x minus 10y equal negative 12. they mean the same thing. So again, if you have a situation, and this could happen with equal values, this could happen with substitution, it could happen with elimination. If you end up with a situation which is a true statement with no X and Y, they mean that it's the same line. They're on top of each other. And so you're just going to always write all points, X comma Y, like I did here in black, such that, and then give me one of the equations. That is going to be your answer. Okay. So that is your answer. So now I'm going to try one more that also has something funny happening with it. If I was to put both of these equations in, and the nice thing about Desmos, unlike a graphing calculator, I have to have these in y equal form. It won't allow you to do something in this type of a form. Okay, you'd have to rewrite it y equal. But on Desmos, I can write it negative 3x plus 5y equals 6 and 6x minus 10y equals negative 12. And let me just get this a little bigger. So I put the two equations in. I'm going to click on this. You can see how when I click on this, it turns it on or off. So this was our first one. Okay, that was that graph. Now when I click this, do you see how it turned blue? You see it's the same line. So every point on this line. So for example, the reason I'm not saying all points, because if I was to give us negative 2 comma 6, here it plotted negative 2 comma 6 up here. Is this on this line? No. So it's not every point. It's only points on that line. Only points that make that true. So that's why I'm having us write it the way I'm asking us to write it. Okay, so next example. Okay, so this is going to be example 6. So let's say that we have 2x plus 4y is equal to 3, and 6x plus 12y is equal to 10. So the very first thing you want to notice with this is that when we're doing this, we cannot just combine these, because if I add it, I get an 8x, a 16y equal 13. I don't have anything canceling out. I need to multiply one of the equations or maybe both of them. It just kind of depends. I believe I can multiply one of the equations. I could multiply this top equation by a negative 3. And if I multiply that top equation by a negative 3, I'm going to get a negative 6x minus 12y equals a negative 9. My bottom equation I'm keeping, and it's going to be a 6x plus 12y is equal to 10. So now I have the same number in front of my x's, but different signs. That's my goal, because I want to add and have them cancel out. So when I add this together, these cancel out, gone. Negative 12y and positive 12y cancel out. I get 0. And then on this side, I did not get a 0. I got a 1. Does 0 equal 1? No. This is false. So what does this mean? These two lines do not have a point of intersection. What type of, and I'll say this, they do not cross. This is not what you have to write out every time, but I want you to understand what's happening in this particular situation. They do not cross. So if they do not cross, what type of lines are they? Parallel lines. They are parallel lines. These lines are parallel. So my answer, okay, my answer is going to be no solution. That is your answer. No solution. You can write it like that, or you can give me 0 with the slash through it, no solution. There is no point that makes both of them true at the same time. Why? Because they are parallel. Okay, but your answer is no solution. Don't leave it 0 equal 1. Don't leave the other one 0 equals 0. What does that mean? If it's a true statement, it means that it's their lines are the same, and you write x comma y such that and give me one of the equations. If you end up with a false statement, then you're going to tell me no solution. If I was putting these equations, 2x plus 4y equal 3 and 6x plus 12y equals 10. You see they are parallel. They do not cross. Okay, we have parallel lines. They do not cross. There's not going to be any point of intersection. Okay, so that's the notes.